Welcome to Stretches for Singers. Thanks for joining me. Posture is a big part of every singer's technique, but finding an ideal posture for singing can be tricky. For many, the word posture creates images of soldiers standing at attention or memories of sitting still at a formal occasion. However, posture for singing is not a rigid position we hold in place, but it is an ongoing series of adjustments, of stretches and relaxations that we make to ensure our singing instrument, our whole body, is properly aligned for the task of singing. This process of alignment depends on having a clear understanding of how our bodies are built. This understanding is like a map. The clearer and more accurate our body map is, the more effective and efficient our stretches and movement will be. Together, we will map and stretch specific areas of the body that can have an important impact on how we sing. We'll do this while sitting. Being seated is a great way for us to map our torso. You've probably heard of terms like hips, waist, chest, back, shoulders, and neck. But did you know these are all part of the same anatomical region of your body? Your torso is built around your spine, and it includes your neck. It also includes your pelvis, your rib cage, and your shoulders. Your arms, your legs, and head extend out from the torso. This puts your torso in the center of your body map, and it takes up a lot of space. Having a clear picture of our torso helps us have a sense of how long our spine is and what it connects to. Stretching up from the floor of our torso, from the pelvis, can help us find our optimal alignment. Let's do that now. In order to find the line of gravity in our torso, we first need to find our sit bones. From a sitting position, allow yourself to rock back and forth, so far that you feel part of your pelvis coming up off of your chair. As you roll back on, be aware of a hard bone that's on the center of each side. These are called your rockers or your sit bones. Once you feel like you're centered on them, start moving in a small circular motion, like this. And allow yourself to stop when you feel that you are equally distributed over both bones. This is how you find your gravity line in your body. You may notice this feels a little different from where you normally would sit. Ask yourself, do I feel like I'm leaning back? Do I feel like I'm leaning forward? Do muscles in my back feel tight? On which side? As you notice these things, observe them and see if you can allow them to be relaxed within that new placement. Take a breath here. Now that we've found the floor of our torso and our gravity line, let's stay at the top end of our spine and focus on what's on top of it, the skull and the jaw. The muscles of our tongue and jaw play a big role in singing. Having a clear idea of where they are and how they move can help us stretch them effectively. As with all stretches, we're going for an exaggerated extension of the natural range of motion, but bigger isn't always better, so don't overdo it. Let's start with the muscles that influence the jaw. Bringing your hands up to your head rather than bringing your head down to your hands. Find the muscles on the side of your skull. If you're not sure where these are, you can gently clench your teeth, and you'll feel that muscle flex. This is called the temporalis muscle. It's pretty wide. If you notice, my fingers actually extend from the beginning of my hairline or my temple all the way over to the back of my ear. Allowing your hands to place a little bit of pressure into those muscles generally create circles, about 5 to 10 in each direction. Remember, this is a gentle pressure. Don't overdo it. Allow yourself to breathe in and out as you engage in that gentle massage. Coming down to either side of your face, find your cheekbones and let your fingers walk along that bony ridge until you've almost gotten to your ears. Come down about a finger's width and gently clench your teeth again. This is your masseter muscle. Gently press in and making small circles go the entire length of the masseter, all the way down to the edge of the jawline, and then back up towards that bony boundary. Allow yourself to breathe in and out as you go. You may notice that your jaw drops a little bit as you do this, and that's okay. That sets you up for our next stretch, which is a yawn stretch. If this makes you actually yawn, that's fine. Take your fingers, gently place them on your chin, drop your jaw down and away, and breathe in. Remember, this is a gentle extension of the natural range of motion of your jaw. Try it again. Great. We'll now move on to some tongue stretches. The tongue is much larger than we sometimes appreciate, and it's made of up to 8 different muscles. It connects to your voice box right here at your hyoid bone, and it occupies a pretty large part of your vocal tract. We're going to do 3 simple stretches just to wake up our awareness of where the tongue is and how much space it can take up. The first thing we're going to do is stick the tongue out, but not like we're making fun of someone. We want the tongue to be broad and flat and feel relaxed. Once it's out, we'll hold it for a 5 count. Let's try it together. And relax. Next, we're going to stretch the tongue laterally. As you do this, a mirror may help because you don't want to move the jaw with the tongue. Only move the tongue to either side. I'll go to my right side first, which will be your left on the screen. Relax. Let's try the other side. Relax. You may notice it's hard work to let the jaw and tongue move independently. I have to concentrate very hard to do it myself. Beneath our jaw is where our larynx, or voice box, and trachea, or windpipe, are located. They are surrounded by layers of muscles that can also influence how freely we sing. Having a clear idea of where these muscles are and how they move can help us stretch them effectively. We're going to start at the base of the neck, at our shoulders. As we move through our shoulder stretches, remind yourself that the focus of movement should come from here, the point of your collarbone, which is at the base of your neck. We'll start with a simple shoulder shrug, allowing the pivot of movement to be here. Raise your shoulders up towards your ears. Keep focusing on keeping your head tall. Don't bring your head down to your shoulders, but bring your shoulders up to your head. Take a breath in here. And as you exhale, let gravity take your shoulders back down. The next movement is what I call a shoulder pinch. Imagining your shoulder blades moving closer together as if they're trying to pinch a ball between them. Taking in a breath, move the shoulder blades together. Hold here for a second. Exhale and let the shoulder blades separate. Again, only exaggerate that motion. The goal is not to make them touch, just to exaggerate that stretch. The opposite motion is like a hug. Bringing your hands forward, grabbing each elbow. Imagine that you're stretching the shoulder blades further apart. Breathe into that stretch. As you exhale, let go of your arms. Moving above the shoulders, let's gently stretch some of the muscles within our neck. Reaching up over the top of your head, place your fingers on your temple. Allowing your arm to get heavy and keeping your face forward. Allow those muscles to lengthen while you let your arm feel heavier. Again, bigger is not better. Just exaggerate that movement as far as your body feels comfortable. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, see if you can let that muscle lengthen further. Letting go of your head, let your arm fall to your side, and let your head float back up to center. Let's try the other side. Arm over the top of your head, fingers to your temples, allowing your arm to feel heavy and the muscles of your neck to lengthen. Take a breath in here. Exhale, allowing a little more lengthening if possible. Letting go of your head, allow it to float back up to center. Next, we're going to find where our skull meets our spine. If you take your hand to the top of your head and roll it back, you should find a bony point, almost eye level. If we move further in, this is the location of our atlas occiput joint. This is where your torso meets your head. Oftentimes, we're tricked into thinking our spine ends at our collar, but it's much higher. As we engage in these next stretches, be mindful that you want your head focused in movement at this joint. Not here, but higher. Moving from your AO joint, tilt your head back behind your gravity line. Be aware of the weight of your head lengthening the muscles at the front of your neck. If your jaw drops open, that's okay. Take a breath. Allow the back of your head to rise up and bring your chin back to your starting position. Moving from your AO joint and leading with your chin, rotate your head with the goal of looking out over your shoulder. Go only as far as feels comfortable. and keep breathing. Return to center. Moving from your AO joint and leading with your chin, rotate your head with the goal of looking out over your other shoulder. Go only as far as feels comfortable and keep breathing. Return to center. Relax and release the muscles at the back of your neck and allow your chin to drop down toward your collarbone. Allow the neck to stay long. Feel the weight of your head in front of your gravity line. Take in a breath and allow your head to lift to your starting position. Like any stretch or exercise, these will become more effective over time, so it's helpful to continue practicing them. Once you get to know the stretches, you can do a few more repetitions during my narrations, but don't be in a hurry. Allow the stretches to take as long as they need to gain that feeling of lengthening or relaxation. You can do these a few times a day. Ideal times are often when you first wake up or before you go to bed. You can use them as a stretch break during studying or working, and of course, before singing. They can also be helpful as part of an exercise routine. Remember, as with all stretches, we're going for an exaggerated range of motion. Bigger isn't always better. Don't overdo it. Some days you'll feel very flexible, and some days you'll feel more stiff. Listen to your body and respond to the feedback it gives you. It's helpful to continue to use this video for reminders on the details of our body map and the instructions for the stretches. But eventually, you may not need to use the video, or just come back to it every now and then for a refresher. I hope you found this helpful. Thanks for watching.